Any words I come up with feel awfully hollow, and I can't add any more eloquently than those who showed up today in public, but to say thank you to Councilmember Moreno and her staff and what she did in what is arguably the hardest hit of all the areas, and to Council President, what you've done in District 9, unless we forget what the staff in the District 4 office have done in their communities. You know, for those that are listening in or watching on TV, you know, if you saw pictures, if you saw videos, it is nothing like what it is to actually walk those streets and see the devastation and seeing people just dump everything out of their homes and onto the streets. To see someone take a picture of their grandmother that couldn't even be salvaged because of the impact of the water. And the folks that were already ripping out their drywall and insulation with that desperate hope that their home could be salvaged, much less the possessions that they have out there. And, you know, it is heartening to see after the fact the reaction and how much resources, and I think I'm going to ask you, Matt, in terms of what we have put out there on the ground in terms of city staff and packer trucks, trash trucks out there to haul that away. And maybe you can give us a little more specific idea about what the status of the creeks are. So let me just stop there before I ask a couple of more questions.
I can speak to it, Council President Pro Tem, from a high level, and then I'll pass it over to Deputy Chief Operating Officer Chris McFadden, who's on the line here. But through the city's Emergency Operations Center, as well as our incident management team, several crews from the Environmental Services Department, the Transportation Department, the Stormwater Department are mobilizing every day with hundreds of employees and dozens of teams that are working in coordination to be able to first address the accumulation of debris, construction material, and other trash in the roadway. And then after that, utilizing stormwater and transportation crews to clean the right-of-way, pick up mud, abate mud, and ensure storm drains are clear. I'll let Chris talk a little bit more to the specifics there, but this is a tremendous coordinated effort with hundreds of employees on the ground working around the clock.
Yes, good afternoon, Chris McFadden, Deputy Chief Operating Officer. So we started actually last week with dredging and then continuing throughout this week. I'm happy to report that we have not just city staff, but contractors already on board that are dredging and have been dredging to clear the channels in the southwest community, particularly along Birch and Beta intersection to Ocean View Boulevard. I apologize, I'm not in person today. I'm actually at their Emergency Operations Center, so I'm getting the most relevant information. Also, from Birch to Beta Street, the work is 90% complete. That's by city forces. We expect to be completing that work today. From National Avenue to Ocean View Boulevard, that is 70% complete with anticipation completion of tonight. South 38th and National is 20% complete. This is where we're using city forces as well as contractors, and we do anticipate completing by Wednesday afternoon. Also, we have staff throughout the area continuing to clean storm drains, particularly, of course, along Birch and Beta, and then moving east upstream. We also have 3 emergency capital improvement contracts out at 3 different locations right now: Atkins Avenue Channel, Market Street Channel, and Cottonwood Channel. And of course, the real fix to this, which we have to pursue and we are pursuing, are capital improvement projects that will once and for all restore this creek to a design that it needs to be. I am happy to report that of the $733 million, much of that is going towards 26 planned projects in this watershed, and we've completed 33 projects, and this is information we'll be pushing out to the council offices later today.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Chris. Certainly, Choyas Creek and South Choyas Creek are the biggest creeks within our urbanized area and the oldest parts of our town. And, you know, that update, which I really appreciate, Chris, doesn't take away the fact that it happened in the first place. You know, clearing the debris is certainly an important step given where we're at, but taking care of this area. And as an engineer, and I look forward to talking with the good folks over at Engineering and Capital Projects about how it happened, the talk of a 1,000-year storm. You know, we don't design storm drains or flood channels for 1,000-year storms. If we're lucky, we design them for 100-year storms, as I've talked about. The proximity of this area, low-lying area, to the confluence of South Choyas and Choyas Creek, I'm sure had a role in this intense rainfall over a very short amount of time. But as an engineer, I know no one cares about that right now. In the months ahead, we'll talk about that and debrief and et cetera. It's about it happened and what do we do now? Some of the speakers and Councilmember Moreno spoke about that it's difficult for folks to either get to Lincoln High School or out to Spring Valley or any of the sites the city or the county has. Is there any opportunity to bring a resource center closer to these impacted areas here in the city?
Thanks for the question, Pro Tem. There's certainly an opportunity to do that. We're in direct conversations with the county to plan out a much closer local assistance center than the one in Spring Valley. Many thanks to Councilmember Moreno. She's helped with organizing with MTS to ensure that they're providing transport from folks within the Beta Triangle over to Spring Valley. It's not enough, and there's still more that needs to be done there. But we're in direct conversations with the county about that now.
Okay. Certainly let me, but I let the council know how we can be of help in adding our voice to the good work that you're doing. I'll stop there. Again, the words that coming out of my mouth feel awfully hollow in terms of what has affected these people and the resources we need to bring to help them, not just get over the trauma of what has happened in cleaning their homes out, but what's next and how do we start the road to recovery for these individuals and which homes can be salvaged. That's going to be a very tough and ugly conversation in the days and weeks ahead. And God help those people for what comes Thursday and Friday. Hopefully the cleanup that's being done will be sufficient. So with that, again, I'll second the motion. It's an important step, kind of a nuts and bolts step to get access to the state and federal resources. And again, let us know how we can help out. So, and I'll close there, Council President. Thank you.